Hello. Welcome to Mind class. Today we are going to be doing some standing work, some groundwork. So during the standing work, I would actually suggest you probably don't have a mat underneath your feet. You want nice, solid, stable ground. So it's up to you, but that's what my suggestion would be. And then when we get to the floor, nice, squishy floor, get out a mat and when we're on our hands and knees and stuff like that, you're gonna want that, okay? So, still feeling like this camera is crooked. Sorry, so close. I don't know, it's probably fine. Okay, today's word, I am extraordinary. I own my greatness and am so much more than ordinary. It's true, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and work on some mobility, balance and stability, flexibility, while you put on some music if you'd like. I have the soft stuff playing back there, but water, sweat towels, start your watches on yoga or flexibility, whatever you have. And we're gonna go ahead and start standing in the center of your space or on your mat if you choose, okay? Nice wide stance, toes forward, shoulders roll down and back. We're gonna take hands up by the ears and we're gonna bow forward. Proud chest reaching towards the floor, long spine, and your tailbone reaches way back behind you, okay? And then we come back up to stand. So big bow down, stretch. And lift back up. Start your watches. I said that, but I'm gonna say it again. This is a wellness workout, so track it for your wellness. Last bow down, take it up slow. Arms come out to the side. Take your feet in just a little bit. You're gonna shift from side to side. And if you need to move your feet, okay? Meaning if you need to go wider or more narrow of a stance, adjust your feet. We are now planted from the waist down, and we're really reaching like there's something over there that we want. A nice big yummy salad right over there. Salad dressings over on this side. You gotta reach. You're stuck between two window panes, so you're nice and tall for your posture. You're not leaning forwards or backwards. It's just a lateral side reach. Feeling it in your obliques. That muscle between your rib cage and your hip bone. And release your arms, toes stay forward. We're gonna go ahead and take a squat. Stand, reach, chin up, chest up, release. Squat, stand, reach. I was so weighted back in my heels I fell over, so squeeze the muscles of the legs. You come up, reach overhead. As you squat down, I want your chest and chin up. I was trying to put the word chest and chin together. It came out as chest. Your chest and chin stay up. Shoulders down and back. So make sure you're sinking back with your butt, bending at your knees, that you're not folding at your waist. Okay, we've already done that in our bow downs. Now we're tall and lifted as if we're a puppet on a string. All right, headed back to squats. We're gonna squat down, hands come to the floor, butt comes up, drop your chin, roll up. So it's almost like a circular motion with our bodies, okay? And if your hands don't make it all the way to the floor, that's fine. We're gonna squat down, butts up, drop your chin to your chest, roll up. Okay, so I just showed you one with the hands to the floor, one without. Let's squat down low, butts up. Tuck your chin, roll up. So your chin should be in your chest all the way to right here. Okay, shoulders roll back, then head, neck, and shoulder, head and neck. Okay. Squat, tall posture, butts up, drop chin, tuck and roll. Should feel like a really nice spine roll. Try one more. Coming into a squat. We're gonna try nice and wide, hands to the floor, walk to plank. When you're ready, feet walk up, that nice low squat, stand up. Now let's say you're like, I can't make it to the floor, Tracy. I want you to try at least one hand and then the other, walk back to plank, okay? The other option would be if you have like a step aerobic step. You could put the step in front of you and you could use that as your bench if you can't come down as low, okay? 2 yoga blocks, laying them flat on the floor to give you that extra height if you need it, okay? Some of us, our hips don't open up wide enough to be able to squat all the way down, so I get it, okay? I'm just asking you to use what you have in your space and try to get to that squat plank, okay? Hold your plank. If you're not in a plank, come down here. Take one leg forward. Open up, rotate, hold. And switch sides. You can do a couple of these on each side. And step to plank. Switch sides. Step to plank, switch sides. Last time. Go ahead and take your hand down, walk your back foot in, walk yourself up to stand, whatever way you can get up to stand, okay? All right, headed into a little bit more standing movements here. You're gonna take a reverse lunge. So let's go right leg forward, left leg back. We're gonna go lunge, stand, balance. Lunge, shoulders over your hips. Push your heel into the ground, stand, balance, knee up. Use your arms. Find a focal point. Take your own time here. There's no rush. Flow, slow and controlled. When you're here and knee comes up, pull your abs in. Engage your center. Tall through the crown of your head. You're a puppet on a string again, okay? Oftentimes, we're moving like that just to help us keep our posture up. Switch legs, okay? So now we're gonna lunge right leg back, right knee up, and if you already started with the other leg, just, make sure you're evened out here. Switch sides. Remember, tall through your posture. Balance may be different on this side, that's okay. I want you to continue to work on it. Rooting your foot in the ground. That means heel, all 5 toes. Give your big toe some love. Don't forget about that little one. So this is the part, one of the parts right here as we start, that you might not want that squishy mat underneath your foot. You might want a nice flat surface, or maybe you like something squishy to grab into, okay? All right, go ahead and come back to center, neutral. Breathing a little bit heavier now, yeah, okay. Right leg on the ground. Side leg lift, front leg lift. Okay, so we're kicking to the side, kicking front. Trying to lift. I don't actually like the word kick. I feel more like it's a leg lift. Leg lift. Okay, so we're firing up the outer thigh, glute, quad, hip flexors, core. Tall posture. Arms for balance if you need them. Tap your toe if you need to. Lifting and balancing. Again, speaking about the heel, all 5 toes in the ground. Standing legs slightly bent, because you don't want to lock out that knee. And then we're going to go ahead, shake it off, and switch sides, okay? That standing leg should be just as warm as the leg that was doing the work, okay? If not even warmer. I think I'm going to have my daughter do these. She needs to work on her balance and a little flexibility, so I think I'm going to have her do this. If your balance is like so terrible and you're just like, man, I can't do this without falling over, you may hold on to something, okay? But I don't want you to put a ton of weight on it. It's really there just for a little stabilizing. And then when you're ready, come back to holding nothing. Find your focal point. Tall spine. Slight bend in your standing knee. Grip the ground with your toes. Push your heel into the ground. Flatten out, flex the foot of the kicking leg, the lifting leg, and then shake it out. Okay. So that wasn't even balance and stability. It was kind of got us warmed up for it, but we're going into the balance and stability now. We're going single leg squats. Multiple ways we can do this. Toe pop, sink back, okay? You could also take the leg out to the side and squat down, or you could take the leg forward into a pistol squat. I'm going to suggest these two. Toe down, single leg squat if you're really struggling with balance. Then I would really want you to try leg in front. The side leg we're going to do soon. That's why I said it's probably better you don't kick it out to the side yet, because we're going to do it later. Sort of, kind of. So either prop your toe or give me kind of like a pistol squat here, okay? And like right there, so I was falling over, I put my foot down to grab my balance, reset myself, find my focal point, sink down and back. I'm trying really hard not to bring my knee over my front toe, sinking back with my butt, bending at the knee. And it would be even easier to do that if I did put my toe down. Just so you know, if your knee keeps coming forward, put your toe down, okay? Switch sides. Again, heart rate should be coming up, you should be breathing a little heavier now. So start with your toe down, sink down and back. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, you can kind of float that heel forward. Whether you put it on the ground or not, it's up to you. You're sinking down and back as far as you can go, as far as your leg allows you to, okay? So there will be a stopping point when your toe's here. And there might be an even shorter stopping point with your leg in front of you. If it's bothering your knee, again, toe down, sink back. I want you to work on your squat first and not worry about that leg coming out in front of you. Chest up, chin up. Try one more. Okay, so this is where we're coming into the lateral tap, okay? This is why I kind of told you to save it. We're going to come out star and then back in. Star and come back in. And we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Chest up, proud chest. Hold it for a couple seconds. Feel the length, your obliques. I'm going to try to get my arms up a little bit higher here because they were coming out way too low. Make it more like a star or an X. Balance, open up your hip, open up your chest. Did you see how I was folded forward? Open it up and come back in. We all have these little room for improvements. Okay, switch sides. So starting with taps. And if you're like, the taps is all I can do on this side, that's okay too. Just make sure it's tall posture. And then if you're ready, when you're ready, we're going to float it a little bit higher. Remember, chest open, hips open. This is another one of those if you're stuck in between two window panes. Just like when we did this reach, okay, in the beginning. That's where we're aiming to be. So I fell over. That's okay. Reset. Go again. Pointing your toe, reaching with your fingertips. rooting your foot into the floor. Starting to break a sweat. Don't let balance work. Don't you think that balance work is easy, right? That I'm not gonna sweat. Sweat happens during this. Little itty bitty muscles are working so hard. Okay, back to our right leg on the ground. We're gonna do a runner's balance. Tap your toe back and then come back up, okay? So a little tap back, bend your front knee. I'm gonna show you, so we've got hamstring and glute activated here. Draw your belly button in. Oops. So I started falling and put my toe in the ground too much. It's just a tap back, almost like you're coming into flight and coming back up, okay? Like flight and back up. So even if you want to mimic those arms, that's fine. I'm going to try to use more of like a runner's balance arm. Belly button pulled in. Keep that core activated this whole time. Long neck. We're going to do the other leg. And then we're coming down to the floor for core work, plank work, okay? Specifically core work. So if you want that mat for your hands or your knees, that's what we've got coming up next. It's a gentle tap, we're not really landing, okay? So that's the only difference about this and flight, is we're not landing the ball with the foot or the back foot, it's just a toe tap, come back up. Toe tap. Unless you're losing balance like that time. Then you kind of bury your toe a little bit, grab your balance, come back up. This is my worser leg. So I can say it happened a few times. All right, shake it off. Like I said, mat's coming out. We're gonna go hands a little bit wider than the shoulders, feet a little bit wider than the hips, and we're gonna shift from side to side. Okay, I did these the other day, and then the next day I went to do some back work, like pullovers, and I was like, oh my goodness, those muscles along the side of my rib cage were sore. Guess what it was from? From this. Tuck your tailbone. If this is too intense, you can just hold it. You can also come to your knees and shift a little smaller. Obviously on your knees, you're not going to be able to get that same directionality as you do with your ankles. So it's going to be a little bit smaller. If it bothers your shoulders or something, and obviously take out the sway. But I want you to check your form and make sure, are your hands underneath your shoulders or are they out ahead of you? Because sometimes if they're out ahead of you, you're putting undue pressure on them, okay? Go ahead and take one little break, roll it out, shake it out, okay? And we're gonna walk it narrow with our hands, out, out, in. We're gonna try to keep our tailbone tucked and not let our butts go up in the air. And if this is too challenging, again, to the knees. So sometimes for me, it's too much weight on my shoulders is really what it is. So coming to my knees helps with that. I'm still getting the work in, so don't feel like you're cheating. You're just modifying and adjusting to still get the same work with a little less intensity or a little less stress pressure on your joints, your body, okay? So choose toes or knees. Maybe if you've been doing it on your knees, try a couple on your toes. Out, out, and in. Trying not to rock your body. And then push to down dog. The heat's building up here in your shoulders. All right, come to your plank. Pause, tuck your tailbone under, long neutral neck. Squeeze your glutes. Push back, down dog. Eye gaze up, I caught myself looking at my toes. Come back to plank. Push to down dog. Plank. Down dog. Plank. Plank. I'm sweating so bad right now, you guys. Down dog. One more plank, hold it to the beep. There you go. Coming on to our backs, we're gonna march a bridge. And then guess what? We're stretching after this, okay? So on your backs, feet into the ground, hands on the ground here. We're going to lift our butts up and then flex your foot, knee to chest. You're gonna take your bent knee, 90 degrees, and pull it in. As you balance on your opposite leg, dig your heel into the ground and keep your butts up. March it. If you want to make this more challenging, eliminate the arms. Reach them up overhead. This gives you more instability, okay? So you choose which level you're at right now. Challenge yourself. Belly button drawn in. Think about lower abs, butts and guts right now. Front and back side. You got 4 seconds. And we're gonna lower and breathe for a second. My heart rate is in a moderate place right now. It's not in the highest, and it's definitely not low. It's right there in the middle. Okay, so nice deep breaths. We're gonna flip it over and we're gonna stretch. No, I'm sorry, so we're gonna stay right where we're at. Figure 4. Figure 4. There we go. Thread through, open up your knee. This is as far as my knee will go, which is actually pretty good considering where it has been. I can actually grab my leg and do this. I haven't been able to do this for a bit. So you want your knee to go away from your chest. Try to get your calf and shin parallel to the ground, parallel to the ceiling. You can lift and pull it closer, okay? Opening up your hip, getting this nice stretch on your glute here. Go ahead and release, switch sides. All right, so I can do it a little bit better on this side. Okay, so you can kind of use your elbow into your thigh, open up your hip, and lean up into it. Another option would be to sit up, hug your leg, try to get the knee parallel to the floor, okay? No extra forcing, just like, you know, adjust it, but don't force it. That's the word. That's the good word for it. Make the adjustment, don't force it. Okay. So you saw a couple of ways to do this. We are going to roll over on our bellies when you hear the beep, but we've got about 20 more seconds here. So open up the hip and stretch out that glute. You might want to shift yourself side to side. Sometimes we shift a little too far, and then it's like, oh, if I go this way a little bit more, I feel my glute a little bit more. So adjust yourself. Sometimes we tilt too much. And release, roll it to your belly. We're going to lay straight down, arms out to a T. You're going to take your right arm and roll towards it, getting our chest. Now, adjust your arm. You don't want your arm to be down here. It can be straight out from you. It can be bent and up a little bit. I want you to find right there. Where's that spot in your chest when you do a little scorpion tail here that you're feeling that stretch the most, okay? If it's a straight arm and you're like, oh yeah, it's right there, or if it's a bent arm, elbow in the ground, open up. Make adjustments, see if there's maybe another spot that you need to stretch. All right, go ahead and come back to your belly, all fours. This time, knees on the mat. You're gonna take your left knee directly underneath you and your right knee out at a diagonal, and then you're gonna sink back. So this, we're trying to get our inner thigh groin area here. So again, we're over this knee, and that leg is almost like you're doing a split with that one leg, okay? And then come down. If you want to, if it feels better and you get a deeper stretch, you can kick this leg out straight. We're hitting that inner thigh, hip flexor, right where all everything's attached in that inner thigh pelvic area, okay? All right, and taking your right leg up, left leg's gonna stay down. We're going to rock forward and back, half kneel. And then hold it forward, reach up. And then you can add that rotation. Woo! So you can either hold here or you can come back, reset, rock back and forth, reach, and rotate, okay? Again, rock, reach and hold, or just hold it. Leaning forward through your hip flexor. And then we're going to do our hamstring stretch. We'll sink back. And then rock it forward, sink back. And maybe you're reaching a little further back every time you rock forward and sink back. Maybe you're getting a little deeper, taking your belly to your thigh, chest towards your knee, chins up. Nose is ahead of you towards your toes. I need to fix my toenails. Pedicure. And then we're going to do everything we just did on the other side now, okay? So we're coming back to this pec stretch. So hands out. We're going to the left now. Make sure to go to the correct side. Go to the left now. Scorpion tail it on over if that feels good. Stay with your straight arm out. If you're like, I need a little deeper, then bend the elbow, walk the hand up just a little bit, elbow in the floor. Find what you need in your chest, through your bicep and your shoulder right now, okay? And coming back to all fours. We're going to keep our right knee and body over our right knee. The left knee comes out, so try to shift your body weight back and to the side as you come down for that groin stretch. If you need to deeper stretch, lay out. Inner thigh. All those little muscles and tendons, everything that's in that pelvic area. Coming up, half kneeling, rocking forward and back, hip flexor stretch. So now we're working this hip flexor. Hold it forward, reach up, long, long, long. If you're enjoying this, stay here, okay? And then, if you prefer to rotate, rotate. If you like rocking back and forth and flowing through it, go for it. Do what feels extraordinary for you, right? You should be feeling really good by now, okay? So we've done most of the work. For some of us, the flexibility part is so challenging, and when I say for some of us, I do mean me too. But it feels good. We're nice and loose. We've done everything we needed to do to get to this point, and so we're nice and warm. Go ahead into your hamstring stretch, and so all of these stretches should feel good. They should feel yummy. They should feel extraordinary. I really feel like my kids need to do this stretch class today. I might take them through some of it, not all of it, but some of it. They can really, really use this. They're all complaining about different things. Mostly that they're not that flexible and they always forget to stretch, and they're active kids, so they need this in their lives too. So that's a reminder to you. Your kids are complaining about being sore, not very flexible. Just say, oh, I've got the perfect class for you. All right, coming into a child's pose, we're going to walk our hands forward and then walk them to the right. Left arm's going to reach the furthest. Draw your butt back towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. Now go to the left. Your right arm is going to be the one reaching the furthest. Draw your butt back towards your heels. We've got that nice big lat stretch. All muscles that run down the rib cage, your obliques, even into your hips. Lower back and glutes, all of it. Walk your hands forward. Inhale, nice deep breath. Exhale. And round yourself up. If you're ready to get up, I like to kind of curl my toes, down dog, walk myself in, hands and feet, roll it up. Inhale at the top. Have an excellent day. Thank you for joining, and I will see you back here tomorrow. We're back to kickboxing tomorrow, okay? Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.